Hey guys, this is Danny.
And this is James from TeaDB, bringing you episode number 169. We are brewing some leftovers from the basics episode. Good luck with that.
Oh my god.
That is how you burn yourself. So this is steep number 3 of the Micang, the Yangqing Hao Micang. It's pressed into a big 500-gram brick. Emmett sent me the sample, so thank you to Emmett. This tea was actually stored in loose malchow form until 2007, at which point it was pressed into the gigantic brick.
So I have one question about that, because from a physical perspective, it's interesting to think about. How do you get a brittle, dry malchow tea to be pressed again? When you have to re-moisten it, more or less?
Yeah, I think you probably have to re-steam it,
Yeah,
right?
steaming it, basically.
Yeah,
so
because to press it, you have to steam it into cake form, basically.
Right, to reconfigure its mojo.
Yeah, so I guess they reconfigured its mojo back in 2007 into a Juan.
Exactly. So this has gone through sort of two different aging periods, more or less. And we brought this on to our last episode, our raw Pu'erh basics. Check it out. We're hoping it's a hit. So, and then we're just going to keep on drinking it here.
Yep.
Let's give it a shot.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
It's very smooth. Actually, a little bit of bitter. But for the most part, smooth. I get a lot of that menthol camphor wood aspects to this.
Yeah, it does have a little bit of bitterness at the end, but I think it might have been a function of me brewing it for just a second.
Yeah, and it's really not much, too. And teas like this, you can generally push them around pretty okay, and you will not usually get a nasty brew.
Yeah. This is still, the brick is still...
Coming apart.
Yeah, coming apart a little bit in the cup. So you'd expect it to get stronger and stronger, which it has been, actually.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm getting that menthol now, that sort of lingering
We're getting
taste.
a real nice red color in there.
Mhm.
And I hear Denny's stomach grumble. And
talking.
yeah.
Saying, yum, yum, yum.
Yeah, it's clearing out that stomach to eat some more dim sum. It's the universal dim sum symbol.
I didn't know that. I thought it was the hang loose signal.
Yeah, it's that too.
Yeah, whatever.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. I get kind of floral sweetness off of this, almost like rose sweetness, which is somewhat uncomfortable. I don't typically like the taste of roses, but this is actually pretty nice. It's kind of a quiet sweetness to it.
Yeah, I'd say this tea is definitely on the mellow end. This tea is not teas of this age or teas that come from Hong Kong can be very thick, thickened up with humidity. This tea is not. It's
light
on the thinner and lighter side, but it's very mellow. It's very, very easy to drink.
Yeah, I get a little bit of those remnants of the vegetal tomato vine.
Yeah, I get a little
earthiness.
bit of mushrooms in this too, sort of in that earthy vegetable category.
Yeah. Not particularly sweet, but really mellow and mild. And pretty solid, actually, overall. I'm going to give this just a second longer, see what happens. Going ambidextrous.
I know. Look at that. Gaiwan skills.
The biggest skill in Gaiwanery is holding the cup when you're burning the crap out of yourself. Not letting on that you're currently burning your fingertips off among company. That's the biggest
Have you done that before?
Never. I always pour perfectly whenever I do it.
I usually yelp and then drop it. Yeah. And I hope this thing.
You know when you're kind of shaking like this and your friends are like, "Are you okay?" And you're like, "Yeah, it's fine. I love tea."
Never happened.
Never happens, and don't call us with your medical bills about
This
that.
is theoretical in nature.
100%.
Yeah.
Salute. Cheers.
Smelling the liquor, it has a really interesting smell to it too. It smells very nice. It's very clean overall too for an HT.
Yeah. You know, it's it's light, it's mild, it feels clean but not crisp. It tastes old but not
dank.
Yeah, not stinky.
Not dank/stank.
Just so kind of what you would hope for.
Mm-hmm.
I actually kind of wish that there were a little bit of some higher notes in this though.
Yeah, it's a little bit unexciting, to be honest. It's nice and mellow and all, but it's not like a lot of unexpected dynamic notes to be found for this tea.
It is getting a little sweeter.
Yeah, and now it's brewing up that dark immediately. So this tea is still just sort of hitting its capacity. We would expect this tea to go on for quite some time.
Indeed. Yeah, it's getting nice and... I don't think this is going to hit crimson red or anything like that, but it's getting a nice, a little bit darker, redder color.
And it's not like a super active tea in your mouth, but the lingering taste in the mouth and the back of the mouth and some in the throat too. It leaves a nice basic sweet feeling there.
Yeah, I'd say I give this tea. I mean, it's aged, sure, but I'd give this tea a B. It's not the most incredible, flavorsome aged tea, and yet it's really great, easy to drink. It's mellow, it's comfortable. There's nothing obviously wrong with it, which is a big plus. But I think I'm hoping for a little bit of some higher notes that might just be harder to find in older teas like this. So part of it is expectation setting and stuff.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I would agree with Denny. I'd say it's very solid. I would say, for me, it's not even necessarily the higher notes for this tea. I would just hope for a little bit more mouthfeel or a little bit stronger body. But the tea is fine. There's nothing wrong with it.
It has those mentholy...
You look like you just got some pencil shavings, like just snorted straight up your nose. Yeah, menthol, I would say the menthol camphor, it's got that in spades.
Yeah. And it's got a sweeter aroma than I think the flavor, the taste of it. Actually pretty, well, not too big. Looks like some cut up leaves here a little bit, but some not small leaves by any means.
Leaves are definitely lightening up. Another way to tell how humidly a pu'erh has been stored is just to look at the leaf content as you brew it out. And as you brew it out, the leaves will generally lighten up and they'll get much lighter. So if a tea has been stored in Hong Kong humid conditions, for instance, the leaves would remain still pretty dark. And ripe pu'erh, especially heavily fermented ripe pu'erh, will just be pitch black even after you're done brewing. But some teas will lighten up and they'll show some green in them, for instance. And this tea is starting to show, it's still brownish, but I feel like it's like, there's a couple leaves in there that look a little green. How's the aroma?
It's really wonderful. It's got a very comfortable...
Yeah, that is a really sweet, like... sweet foresty earth vibes to that.
Yeah, no, it's got a really, really great aroma, frankly. And I think that the aroma has a little bit more complexity and stuff going on in it than the cup. But it's still tasty. Get my pu'erh burps going on.
Yep. Yeah, and this is not the sort of tea that you're going to get drunk on. Well, hopefully not. The energy I'm getting off is very low.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it a cooling tea, but I agree. I'm also not like bouncing off of the walls drinking this by any means. I'm getting more and more of those subtle sweet notes.
Yeah, and this tea just kind of slowly grows on you a little bit. Yeah. It's nice.
It is nice, actually. I think this is the kind of tea that would be great to step away from and then come back to. I think you might have not a radically different experience of it, but teas like this that their whole brewing duration feel light, I think can benefit from kind of coming back another 30 minutes later and giving it a shot. So.
And part of that would just be, like, for this tea, one method that you can do to get to the gist of, like, heavily compressed teas is you can try to break it up as much as you can, but breaking up leaves into basically dust is not a good idea.
Right.
Is you could hit it with a rinse or maybe even 2 rinses of hot water
right.
and leave it covered and just let that slowly hydrate for half an hour, come back to the tea, and that can also help. I was reminded of it by your sort of suggestion to come back to the tea.
Yeah, absolutely. And so James is not recommending that you are leaving the tea covered in water
for 30 minutes.
That'd
be a bad idea.
You dump the rinse and then just let the heat of the gaiwan
and the water
like this just hang out.
Yeah.
So big difference there. Because that would be a miserable mistake otherwise, I think.
It definitely could be. And you could do the same thing with sort of that tea ball that Crimson Lotus gave like last year.
Right.
You just like hit it with some hot water and then come back to it in 20 minutes.
Right, let it hang out.
Yeah. All right, so what steep are we on, Denny? Just say a number. Any number.
8, 9, 8.
That's probably right.
8 or 9?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
It's shown no signs of slowing down, really.
No, not really.
You could push this to 16, 17, no problem.
Cheers.
Lots of woody vibes still.
I think the biggest thing for me, and I'm wondering if this hotter water is going to make up for it, is the thickness. I'm just wishing there was a little bit more thickness in this tea.
Me too, yeah.
Yeah, but give it a shot and see.
Yeah. There's one thing clay pot might be able to assist this tea with.
You know, that's very true, actually. And we did mention that in the raw basics. Took us out there.
Cheers.
I think you're right, because we added some heat just now, and it did increase the
It's a little
viscosity.
stronger, yeah.
Yeah. So maybe playing with this in a Yangqing clay pot or something, or even just a Yangqing gaiwan, something that's going to retain just a little bit more heat, might be valuable. So, yeah, really great aroma, quality tea, yummy, delicious.
A bit simple.
Yeah, I think
not super thick.
Nothing wrong with that, but at the same time, this would fit more in the category of a daily drinker.
I agree.
Than it would something to bust out for the fellow tea bro, tea bro.
Yeah, this is a straight B student. This is not the student that you invite to give the commencement speech or whatever.
Unless you had a really bad school.
yeah. If you're, which is possible, you could have some everyone else.
This
maybe
could be
all
the
the
best
other
student in your tea closet.
Maybe all the other students were stored in swimming pools and were like F students and were just like very dank and stank. We're taking this analogy into strange level.
So if you want to learn more about tea, don't ever see our stuff again. Go to the internet, Google us. No, check us out on TeaDB.org, TeaDB.org. Weekly videos. We have a number of episodes on, we're calling basically the basics. We're also doing Q&A series. James is doing in between episodes, plenty of weekly written content. Post in the comments, let us know your thoughts about aged, older, pre-2000s raw Pu'erh. What are your favorites?
That's fancy.
That makes us sound really fancy.
The late to mid-aughts.
My favorite years in tea.
No, that's the 2000s.
Wait,
I'm an idiot.
dang it.
Yeah, we're just dumb. The 90s. The Clinton era.
The
first Clinton era.
V1. So, check us out. Follow us on Instagram. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like the video if you like the video. Leave a comment below with your thoughts on your favorite old raw. Do you have the same experience that we have, where some of these flavors, maybe you're yearning for something a little bit more crisp, but at the same time, when you get those crisper young ripes, they're not mellow enough. Always sort of this catch-22. Let us know in the comments what you guys think. Post up some more questions. And we'll see you guys next time.
Cheers.
Cheers.